This is Ryan Elliott for Boxing Social in association with Betfred. I'll be joined by Kalle Sauerland down here at York Hall. Kalle, good night of boxing, live on Boxing Social, but one place to start there. Stunning stoppage defeat for Harvey Horn. Just your thoughts from ringside watching that?
I mean, overall it was a fantastic night of boxing. We saw some fresh faces, some interesting fights, some colourful characters. And then obviously we got a big surprise at the sting in the tail with Harvey, who started very well and boxed and looked good, and I think he was nicking the rounds and got pulled into a wall, and you know, we knew the opponent could punch, and it ended bitter, you know, and you know, he'll kick himself because he was nicking the rounds, he was boxing well, doing what he does. He's a very good boxer, Harvey, but the other guy was a good puncher, and we knew that, and you know, he got himself into a war that he didn't need to get himself into. He was winning the fight, and you know, but congrats to the opponent. It was a fantastic stoppage, and just hoping that everything's all right with Harvey. He's not too good in the ring, but he's just seen him walk through here now, so you know, he'll hopefully regroup. I mean, he's got one of the best corners in the Tibbs family in there, and you know, he just got pulled into a war, and he shouldn't have been in a war. He should have been fighting that boxing fight, and he would have won. But you know, that's how the game goes.
Kalle, just to touch on the rest of the card, it was a nice chance for you tonight to have a look at all these new signings, all these fighters turning pro. You've been, you know, involved in some of the biggest fights of recent history, but how much did it invigorate you to be here at an iconic venue, having a look at the next generation?
Listen, I go to a lot of small shows and watch them, and you know, being back in the York Hall, I think the last time I was here was, I think, for a prize fighter. That's many moons ago now, but listen, I've had some great nights in here watching boxing, and you know, it's an iconic venue, and you know, it's always somehow special when you step in here. You know, there's some big venues that don't really have much character. This little one here, you know, it's always nice to see, because you really feel the fan base of the different fighters. I thought Chloe Watson tonight, she had some real lively. She had a big lively lot from up north and come down here today, and that was great to see. You had, you know, obviously Hosea Stewart, you know, Matty Harris, and you know, there was a few other who brought in their own fan base. You know, AK the Showstopper, they had a big crowd down here today, and it was a nice mix. And Thursday night, you know, I thought it was great. We went, you know, with a few characters walking around the ring. We saw Akim Fenwar here tonight, Bayo the Beast. You know, it was good to see, you know, a bit of beatboxing going on as well on the side. So, you know, those things, you want to make an entertainment night out of it.
One thing I want to touch on, you mentioned Hosea Stewart. He's just walked past us, put the camera on there. When I spoke to him, when he's just spoken to you there, very blunt about his performance, wasn't really happy with it. I'm not going to repeat the word he used to you, but beating himself up a bit, what do you make of his performance?
No, I think you saw the strengths and you saw the weaknesses. The weaknesses is, I mean, his size is obviously a dominating factor. I think the camp will look at that and see that he needs to shed some weight to give him that space. I mean, he's a big lad. He'll always be a big lad. Said to him now, I want to call him the Eclipse, because that's what I felt like standing behind him yesterday when he was pulling his frame out. He's a big boy. But it's not that he doesn't look unfit. It's more the fact that he needs the mobility to get his man off him. So a couple of times his opponent went and he went on him and almost sort of, but he couldn't take that step back to finish him. And you know, listen, I like it when they kick themselves, and I don't have to kick them. You know, I told him the positives. I thought the hands were fantastic. He's got some amazing little moves there, but he's gonna look at that, and I'm sure he'll improve from there. But look, he's pro debut. You know, young guy. He's got the world at his feet, and you know, he's now 1-0. You know, and same with Matty Harris, who I think rushed things a bit tonight. He tried to get his man out there a bit too much, but you see the talent. The talent's there. You know, within 30 seconds of the fight, you see heavy hands, very, very slick, and sure we're going to see a lot more of Matty. You know, and you know, for his first fight, you know, that Bulgarian, I've seen him around so often. I mean, he's old school Bulgarian, amateur school, and he's got a head of granite, so you're not going to get him out of there in a hurry, at least. And you know, I think that's a good experience. It's better than getting someone in there who they take out in 10 seconds, and yeah, okay, they can say they won their first fight by knockout, but you know, it's all about getting the rounds under your belt.
A couple more away from the show. Filip Hrgović has finally got himself a fight. Speaking to Eddie Hearn about him last week, how hard is it and how frustrating is it to find Filip an opponent in the top 15 to get that IBF eliminator over the line?
Well, I think we've had a favour done actually in the last few weeks. Finally, the IBF have announced Charles Martin Ortiz as a semi-final eliminator. Sorry, and the winner will be mandated to fight Filip Hrgović. Now, the interesting part is that Charles Martin and Ortiz have both turned down that fight before. So now that it's official and the spotlight is totally on them, and everyone knows the winner of that fight has to fight Filip Hrgović, does that change things, or do they still run, like Michael Hunter style? No. What happens? I don't know. I'm hoping that they value the heavyweight world championship enough to that the winner stands his ground and wants to fight Filip. You know, if not, we'll eventually have a situation where the IBF just have to make it mandatory. End of. You know, because you know I think the IBF is a great federation. It sticks to the rules very, very rigorously. But there comes a point when, if your top 15 or your top 14, because he's one of them, aren't honouring the role of being in that top 15, and that is to fight for the heavyweight championship. That's why you fight your way up the rankings. And if you can't, that ranking system doesn't deliver someone who wants to fight for the world championship, then you've got some problems. So, you know, it's in a way it's embarrassing for them, but you know, it's not their fault. You know, because I think their top 15 looks all right to me. Most of the people in there I would put in my top 15 as well, but it doesn't help if the top 15 isn't delivering, you know. You know, so it all boils down to that. It boils down, can it deliver that mandatory position? Can it deliver that heavyweight world championship?
Kalle, last question. I'm sure your phone's been going mental over this, but an update on the whole Chris Eubank Jr., Liam-Williams situation. Have you heard any more than us?
We will make a statement in due course.
Okay, Kalle, we'll leave it there. Thank you as always, speaking to Boxing Social.